Yu Menglong has delivered a message the world must not ignore. The ones behind the curtain can no longer hide. Their reckoning is drawing near. And behind the Xi-Trump meeting lie details that speak louder than words, revealing whether Xi still holds real power or only the illusion of it. After Xi was quietly pushed aside during the fourth plenary session, the first global test of his true position arrived. His meeting with President Trump in South Korea. But this meeting was unlike any before it. In that one brief encounter, the question everyone has been asking came to the surface. Did Xi win or did he lose? Does he still hold real power? Or has he become nothing more than a puppet on strings? Meanwhile, the case of Yu Menglong, which continues to capture global attention, is still unfolding. Through different spiritual channels, Yu has been describing his experience as a victim, revealing who the real masterminds were. So first, let's listen to the message Yu Menglong wanted the world to hear. And in the second half of this episode, we'll return to Beijing, to the storm that's still raging inside the core of power. Since September, a self-media host calling Whispers of the Andromeda Galaxy claims to have received 2 messages from Yu. Then, on the night of October 17th, she received a third one. A message unlike any before. In this message, Yu described a very different state of being. He said he no longer lives in darkness but has risen to a realm between heaven and earth, a place where he can move freely, communicate with higher beings, and speak for justice. His words carried a calm but undeniable power. Yu Menglong's message carried a warning filled with moral clarity.
Those who tortured and destroyed lives without conscience will soon face divine justice. Heaven will make them bear the weight of what they've done. Some will lose their minds, some may end their own lives. And those who try to escape will find nowhere to hide. They know how deep their sins run, carrying on their shoulders the weight of lives, not just 1 or 2, but 10, 20, even more. Soon, the truth will be revealed under the light of day, and every act of evil will be seen for what it is. Their time of retribution has come.
When asked how many were involved, Yu answered,
There are about a dozen of them, 13 or 14 in all. Each of them carries heavy sins, and they know it. They believe themselves to be the descendants of China's modern-day kings, and with that arrogance, each tries to outshine the others in cruelty and in pride.
I believe Yu Menglong's mention of the descendants of modern kings is a key revelation. If Xi is the de facto emperor of today's China, then the kings beneath him correspond to the rank of the Politburo Standing Committee. As we've discussed before, the Yu Menglong case is directly connected to the party's highest circle. Indeed, to nearly all of China's red aristocratic families. And this is no rumor. For example, the director Xin Qi, the actor Cai Yijia, and Tianyu Media chairman Tsai Huaijun are all believed to be blood relatives of Cai Qi. And Li Ming is reportedly the grandson of former Premier Li Peng. They truly are, in every sense, the so-called descendants of kings. Yu's message continued.
They think themselves kings. They fancy they are the emperors of today's China. In fact, within this group, there truly exists an emperor's circle. Many cluster around them, treating them as patrons, using that protection to carry out wanton, brutal killings. Even their attached henchmen share the same morally bankrupt appetite for cruelty. So I want to tell them plainly. The time has come for them to pay.
There is no doubt that the Emperor's circle Yu Menglong referred to points directly to the party's top figure, Xi. And regarding the widespread belief that Yu Menglong was sacrificed in a ritual, his message gave a clear and unmistakable hint confirming it.
They have tried many forbidden rituals, believing they could extend their lives. But that is impossible. Some of their tricks once seemed to work only because their time of judgment had not yet come. The longer they lived in arrogance, the heavier their debt became. Heaven, out of mercy, gave them chances to repent, but they refused. Now they must pay for what they have done, not only in this life, but through many lives to come, even 20 lifetimes. Their time has come, and they will find no peace in this one.
Yu Menglong's story didn't end there. Soon after, two other spiritual practitioners, one in Taiwan and one in the United Kingdom, claimed they too had received messages from him. The Taiwanese medium, using EVP, electronic voice phenomenon technology, claimed to have communicated with Yu Menglong's spirit. When asked who the killers were, Yu mentioned two names, Li Ming and Fan Shiqi. He also reaffirmed that he had been offered in a ritual directed by Sai Qi, with the highest figure behind it being Xi Jinping. Meanwhile, across the world, British clairvoyant Ty Williams shared what she described as visions of divine punishment awaiting the perpetrators. Disasters, accidents, and sudden collapse. She said she saw lightning striking luxury homes, black smoke rising from high-end cars, and flocks of crows circling over the heart of Beijing's leadership compound. In her symbolism, the crows represented a dark energy, something that had wrapped itself around the ruling center of power. The law of cause and effect cannot be escaped, she said. Every act of cruelty creates its own echo, and that echo is coming back to them. She also predicted that one well-known entertainer, possibly from the same entertainment conglomerate involved in the scandal, would soon become the spark that leads to that company's downfall. Legal action, she said, was already brewing, and one powerful figure could soon lose everything. Position, freedom, even the right to appear in public. But perhaps the most startling warning was this. She foresaw a deliberate attempt to destroy evidence, that those behind the crimes planned to burn certain items inside Beijing's 798 art district, to erase what tied them to the case. Not long after, videos began to surface online. Inside China, netizens captured workers hastily dismantling an eerie art installation, rumored to conceal physical evidence. And almost simultaneously, a string of mysterious factory fires broke out in Jiaozhou City, Shandong Province. These factories, registered under the names of Yu Menglong and several other young actors, were allegedly linked to industrial production connected with defense contracts. No official explanation has been given, but online censors quickly blocked related searches. The phrase Jiaozhou Fire was soon added to China's ever-growing list of forbidden words. And yet, as those trying to hide the truth move faster, more secrets keep rising to the surface, like ashes refusing to stay buried. According to reports, Song Yiren, one of the suspects who had impersonated Yu Menglong, revealed details of a secret network she controlled inside the entertainment world. Hackers later uncovered files from her computer, a service record, containing about 600 names and a chilling death list. Among the names, 37 were marked, 14 labeled processed, with 8 noted as accidents and 9 marked pending. Next to Yu Menglong's name was a heavy red cross. During his EVP communication with the Taiwanese medium, Yu Menglong hinted that Yiyang Qianxi might become the next victim. Many observant viewers have already noticed that Yi's 2025 concert carried unsettling imagery. Scenes that looked like a ritual performance, filled with ghostly, shadowed, and trance-like visuals. Another name on the list was Qiu Feng, a 21-year-old Shaolin monk whose sudden death last year still puzzles many. Before his passing, during a live-streamed birthday event, Qiu Feng broke down in tears and spoke of things too complicated to explain. He said his temple wasn't what it appeared to be, and that he often traveled abroad with national leaders. The meaning of those words has haunted his followers ever since. Qiu Feng entered the Shaolin temple at age 13 and rose to fame by sharing his training online. After the Yu Menglong case erupted, new questions about Qiu Feng's death began circulating again. A Taoist medium claimed to have spoken with Qiu Feng's spirit, whose resentment ran deep. According to the account, Qiu Feng never died in a car accident. Before his departure that day, someone injected him with a drug, and he slowly fell into a coma. Only later did he realize that an international superstar had been critically ill and required an emergency procedure. While Qiu Feng was unconscious, the procedure was performed. Parts of his body were used for that operation. When his consciousness drifted away, his body was already empty. The process, he said, was so cruel that his spirit remained filled with grievance, while the celebrity who benefited soon recovered full strength. But the divine guardians, unwilling to accept such a brutal exchange of life for life, would not allow it to go unpunished. Retribution, he warned, is only a matter of time. At the center of that moral collapse sits the same question Yu Menglong left behind. Who, in the end, allowed it all to happen? Now we turn from the spiritual battlefield back to the political stage, where another story of power and surrender quietly unfolded. After Xi's apparent step down during the 4th plenary session, the first test of his real status came quickly, his meeting with Trump in South Korea. For Beijing's leadership circle, this was supposed to prove that Xi still commanded the respect of the world. Instead, it showed the opposite. A short clip from their meeting went viral. Trump greeted Xi with his usual energy, firm handshake, confident tone. Xi, by contrast, looked drained and distant, managing only a few polite phrases. His expression was blank, his eyes downcast. When Trump patted him on the back, Xi's body stiffened as if startled. Even state media seemed embarrassed. CCTV cut the footage down to just 3 seconds. In the official meeting, the contrast became even clearer. Trump spoke without notes, speaking freely and naturally. Xi, sitting across the long table, kept reading from 2 A4 pages printed in oversized font. He seldom looked up, while Trump appeared increasingly impatient, as if facing a man no longer in command of himself. Moments before the summit, Trump made a dramatic announcement. The United States would resume nuclear testing. It was a blunt message and a test. Would Xi respond with strength or submission? When the cameras rolled, Xi chose the latter. Instead of protest, he praised Trump's peace efforts in global conflicts, including ceasefires in Gaza and Southeast Asia. The moment said it all. A man once known for his defiance could now only read from a script, while the world's cameras recorded his compliance. Then came another humiliation: the venue itself. The summit was held inside Gimhae Air Base, a South Korean military facility still partly operated by US forces. By choosing that location, Trump turned a bilateral meeting into a symbolic home game. He arrived first, waiting in position as Xi walked toward him. A subtle but unmistakable gesture of dominance. Even South Korean media noted it. This was the first time in history a Chinese leader had held a summit inside a foreign military base. For a man so obsessed with face and control, Xi's agreement to such an arrangement revealed just how much leverage he had already lost. Finally, let's look at the outcome of the Xi-Trump summit. Who came out on top and who lost? Trump's answer was simple. I'd give it 12 out of 10. He told reporters the talks went better than expected, that nearly every topic found agreement, and many things were finally settled. Behind that optimism lay a clear calculation. Here's what the two sides agreed to and who came out ahead. 1. Rare earths. Beijing will delay its export restrictions for a full year. 2. Agriculture. China agreed to purchase 25 million tons of US soybeans each year for the next 3 years and lift tariffs on most American farm goods. 3. Fentanyl precursors. Xi promised to strengthen enforcement against chemical exports used in the fentanyl trade. In return, the US will cut related tariffs by 10%, lowering the overall rate on Chinese goods from 57% to 47%. 4. Technology. Washington will pause new export restrictions for 1 year and allow limited talks between Chinese firms and US chip makers such as Nvidia. Both sides will also suspend port fees on each other's ships for a year. And beyond economics came 2 quiet geopolitical concessions. Xi pledged to assist in resolving the Ukraine crisis and sign a new energy purchase agreement involving oil and gas from Alaska. And for the first time in years, Taiwan was not mentioned at all. Beijing dropped the linkage it once demanded between trade negotiations and the Taiwan issue, a reversal once unthinkable under Xi's watch. When all was tallied, Trump had traded a symbolic tariff cut for 5 concrete economic concessions and 2 strategic ones. In diplomacy, that's not a compromise. That's victory. The message to Washington's allies was unmistakable. The United States had forced a realignment, and China's strongman had bent the knee. So who won? The answer could not be clearer. The Xi-Trump summit marked a complete strategic reversal. The moment Beijing's once defiant posture turned into quiet compliance. If Xi still held the absolute power his propaganda once claimed, how could anyone explain this unconditional retreat? Get the real story behind the CCP's shifting power games and see where US-China relations are headed next. Support the vision of a new China without communism. Subscribe now and join us in bringing the truth to light.